Record and,
We're good.
okay, go ahead.
We're ready? All right. This is a meeting of the City of Ocean Shores Airport Development and Operating Committee. It is Tuesday, July 30th, 11 o'clock in the morning, and the meeting is being held in person and via Zoom at the Ocean Shores Public Library. So let's start with roll call. Bill Capron. Excuse me. Bill Capron is not here. Jerry Divis.
Here.
Ron DeVore.
Here.
Stuart Green. Not here. Okay, so that makes three of us. I believe we have a quorum. All right. Approval of the meeting agenda.
Make a motion to approve it.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, any announcements? All right. Let's go to old business. I'll go first. The only item of old business that that I believe we have is there was an email, Scott, that you sent to me about a grant application for sustainability grants for Ocean Shores Airport. I replied to that email thinking that it was not something that really applied to us. Does anybody have any discussion on that?
No, and I only sent it to 3 of the board members to review, just because I wanted some initial feedback before I sent it out to the whole board. They had a discussion on it. If you didn't think it was applicable, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure that you were aware of the opportunity.
Yeah. No, I laid out my feelings there. It's I think it's it pertains to industries that are in their infancy and would only apply to very large public airports. So I think we just need to pass that one by for now. It might come back. We'll see, but not now. Any other old business? All right, new business. I think under new business, the main thing we got going on, and the primary reason for our meeting today, is the upcoming August 24th Airport Appreciation Day planning. And I think the best way to approach that one is to just take a look at our action item list. And we'll just take a quick look at the agenda for this. The items in red have been removed. The items in green are completed. So we only need to concentrate on the stuff that's in white. And taking it from the top here, shall we just go down the list, starting with item number 1?
That would make sense.
Okay. Item number 1, the special event permit. Sarah, how's that going?
It is still at the same place that it was when we met the last time. I need the completion of the safety plan in order to finalize it, because it has to be submitted at the same time.
All right. And I think we'll get down to the safety plan further down here in the list somewhere. Yeah.
Yes, next item.
Item number 2, event safety plan. How is that progressing?
Actually, Bill's not on, is he?
Nope, he declined the meeting.
Okay, Bill, Ron, and I went, after the last time we met, we went down to the airport. We actually walked the area. We looked at the layout compared to the diagram that Bill showed us at the meeting. Everything looks really, really good. It's a great plan. No concerns from the fire service aspect. And I don't know what your observations were, Ron, if you had any.
That just about covers it.
Well, it looks good. All we're waiting for is for what Bill showed us at the last meeting to be put in some fashion that could be emailed to you, Sarah, so that could be part of the permit process.
That'll be perfect.
Okay, so that's the next item, the next part of that action then, Chief, is for you guys to put that into some sort of email form.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I've got some memory there that was, wasn't there a requirement for traffic cones to delineate that, what was it called? The some sort of separation line, going by memory here.
That's correct, and we have that for item 30, and I can procure those from Public Works. So that's not-
Okay. All right, so that's progressing satisfactorily then.
Yeah, that won't be a problem at all.
Okay. All right, item 4, the event sign. What exactly is that?
That's the big sign that will go out, and the same with the median signs. It's just, telling everybody in town that the event's happening and when it's happening. So we'll get those ordered by weekend based on the design of the original municipal airport appreciation day that everybody saw.
Okay. All right, so that's progressing satisfactorily. Okay, good. And anything that you need from anybody else on that, Sarah?
No, sir.
Okay. The median signs sounds like something very similar. Those are the things that there's actually multiple ones, right? They're stuck in the grass along the median.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. So those are in work too. Okay. All right, let's proceed down to item number 8. Washington Pilots Association. You need additional information, Sarah. What's going on there?
I don't know. I'll look at my notes on that one. I don't know. I think I might have just need additional information from the last one.
Okay.
I believe that goes with the NOTAM, like they go in conjunction, it's notifying them with, I don't know, let me go back and look at that one.
Yeah, the Washington Pilots Association, if I remember, wasn't somebody, maybe me, was supposed to send you the link to the Washington Pilots Association. It's probably a 501c3, I'm not sure. So
Could have
that,
been.
yeah, so that you could get a hold of them.
It could have been, but I don't want to put it on you if you already, but it could have been.
Okay. Excuse me. All right, well, if you need anything, just let me know, okay? Okay, number 10.
So that's a Facebook page, and I'm just waiting to get authorized to join.
All right, so you're working that one. Okay, in progress. And Toledo skydiving. Jerry, weren't you just telling us something about that?
I made contact with Heather at Toledo Skydiving. She indicated that they would be here. They're coming the week before for their annual get together. But when I mentioned our Airport Appreciation Day, she said, good, it looks like we get to enjoy the airport 2 times this year. So that's all I know for now. I've been having trouble getting her the invite. thing. For some reason, I just couldn't strip it off, but I took a picture of Scott's and I'm gonna email that to her right after the meeting.
Okay, so they're gonna drop in, all right. So you're continuing to have contact with them?
Yeah, if they do decide to jump, is there something we need to do beforehand with the other activities going on?
I would think that during the window where they're jumping, all other activities have to stop.
Yeah.
Definitely no prop traffic and then the RC flyers as well,
Yeah,
don't you think?
so I'll continue my dialogue with them and try to determine that what capacity they're going to be here. I had mentioned to her if they just had a little table with a booth promoting their sport would be fine.
Yeah,
If they want to do a jump, then it gets a little more complicated.
well, if they do want to do a jump, seems to me they're gonna have to be given, and we can ask them, it can be their choice, a specific time window, so that, just thinking out loud here, that would probably require its own, separate NOTAM.
Yeah, and we're gonna want to, just for optics for public, have a good schedule put out as well. So not just the NOTAM and all the fundamental things. It's gonna be, RC flyers are at this time and skydiving's at that time, so that people know during that window of time, these are the different activities that they can come and see.
And each of those things will need to be brought up to Bill so he can include those in the airport safety plan, because I'm gonna want to see very specific detail on times, specific location of landing zones, where they plan to set down when they jump, and what the parameters for RV flight will be. So we'll need to
Okay.
see that.
Well, looking at the, what you might call the critical path here, Jerry, I would think that, the skydivers, might be the linchpin here. Once we get their time window set in stone, then, we can put the RC flyers either side of them. But, to develop a schedule, things like the cars, the hot dogs, I mean, they're gonna be the whole time. But the time specific items, there aren't that many. There's the jumpers and the RC flyers. Can't really think of anything else. We might have a couple of flybys. I might do a flyby. Bill might. We could have those on the schedule. But Jerry, we're going to need. Could you get us a window from those jumpers and a time window?
I will. Yeah, I will do that. I'll confirm if that's what they want to do, if they just want to set up a booth, but I'll have more dialogue with them and get the details.
Okay. And, like we've discussed a few times in the past, the closer we get to this, the more detail starts to avalanche down on us, and the more urgent these things start to get. So, good thing we're having these meetings. Yeah. So if you could get that for us, then we can get the schedule, a hard schedule written out, and then that'll be useful for Sarah and for our flyers.
Do we have any time schedules already that I could share with Toledo in case they come up with a same time schedule that maybe the RC flyers or somebody else already has booked?
I don't think so. No. I think once we've got the parachutes down, I would think there'll be a pretty narrow window. I mean, their landing time would be, we'll give them, I don't know, what do they need? Half an hour? I would think that from, takeoff, climb, flight out here, and drop, they should be able to pin that down within a half hour. So once we've got that on the schedule, then we can tell the RC Flyers that they've got, you know, say windows either side of that. We can put the pieces in either side of it.
Okay,
And we need to find a parking spot for them when he lands the aircraft. We probably need to take another look at that safety site plan where he had the diagram for the aircraft parking. Depending on the type of aircraft size, et cetera. Get them a good parking spot. And a clear pathway to get there.
You mean landing spot for the chutes?
But the aircraft is gonna have the divers. I'm assuming he's gonna land and take them back home, right?
Well, I would assume so, yeah.
So we gotta park that plane somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to leave a space within the active area on the east side of the cone line. I'll make a note of that. Okay. Issuing the NOTAMs. Sarah, I don't think you can really write the NOTAMs until we get,
I did want to get you drafts based on what Sarah has produced in the past, at least absent the times, and then when you tell me those. So I will have those to you this Friday just to review, and some copies of other ones that have been issued.
okay. All right, any other discussion on 11 or 12? Okay, let's move on to 14. Cats and doggies. North Beach Paws.
At the last meeting, I had offered to reach out to a citizen that I knew worked there because I can't remember who it was prior to me, was unable to get in contact with them, but I have received no response either.
I would have thought they would want to set up a table. You want to give them another call? Try
Yeah,
and squeeze
absolutely.
it in. I mean, gosh, Sarah, it's not like you got anything else to do.
It's totally fine. I'm happy to do it.
Okay. Okay. Item 19, EAA participation. It looks like Jerry, you've been making some phone calls.
I've been getting the word out, and yeah, pretty much there as I see people, I remind them and keep spreading the word.
Okay. And item 23, Life Flight.
Now, but I combined 23 and 24 into one briefing really quickly. I'm still waiting to hear back from both of those entities to see if they're gonna actually want to come in the first place and set up a table and a tent to sign people up for the insurances that they sell, or if they're gonna land something. As soon as I get that, I'll get it to the group.
Okay, so you're
It'd be
working.
a hard thing to be, I mean, if they're just here with a little small tent or a desk to sell their insurance plans, I think that's one thing, but if they come in a helicopter or a fixed wing, it's a totally different.
All right, so you're working both of those.
Yeah.
Now, if they bring their chopper in, they're gonna have to hover it into the tie down area. Now,
Taxi.
yeah, I guess, yeah, they might be able to taxi. I'm just wondering about rotor wash and the other airplanes that might be tied down or not. Jerry, Ron, you guys got any thoughts on that?
I doubt their helicopters have wheels on them. I don't know what they're operating.
I don't think their life flight
Yeah.
helicopter doesn't.
Okay, well, then they can land on the tarmac and taxi in. There'd still be some rotor wash, but not like hovering.
Yeah, but they don't have wheels. The life flight chopper does not have wheels.
I'm not familiar with those. I know airlift has nothing but wheels.
So if they're gonna put down close enough to actually be a display, they're gonna have to do it in the tie down area, which is not that big. And if they're doing it, say, I guess the question is, how much space are they gonna need from the cone line and from other tied down airplanes to not blow the airplanes away and do some damage?
I think when we surveyed the airport, when we looked at the airport a couple of weeks ago, we agreed that they would land and have a static display east of the tie down area, behind the cones, east of the runway.
What size, but they need 60 by 60 clear space, right?
That'd be more than enough, yeah.
Okay,
But ideally, they should be landing prior to anything else, because the rotor wash, as stated, would be a problem for the areas where the tie downs are and where the displays are. That'll be a problem.
And the spectators as well.
I'm gonna, if you don't, stop me if you don't want me to do this, but I would prefer that when I speak to them, without directly discouraging them from bringing a helicopter, more so encourage them to bring a small tent or a table. Because they only have one such resource that serves a pretty big area. And it's probably better to leave that valuable resource right where it is.
probably right. Yeah. Yeah, because they've got to be able to go, like on a minute's notice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, definitely, yeah, and I suppose that applies to airlift and life flight. Okay,
That's a little different. If they've got wheels, they can taxi someplace.
okay.
They've got, they got about 8 helicopters, so they're not hurting on resources.
So Airlift Northwest and Life Flight are two separate organizations?
Yeah, Life Flight is based out of Aberdeen, Hopium, whatever. Airlift has bases in Boeing, Seattle, Aberdeen, Puyallup, several places. And that's just rotary. They got fixed wing in several locations as well, plus east of them.
So what do you think, Mike? You think it's probably unlikely that they'll actually bring a machine in? But it would be to their advantage, I would think, to have at least a table there.
I would think so. That's the conversation I'm gonna have with both of those folks when they give me a call back.
Okay. Well,
I think
let's
it's
make a
really,
note.
whenever I go somewhere, I talk to people all the time, whether it's primarily at a bar. I talk to them about purchasing Life Flight and Airlift insurance and purchasing both of them. For a very discounted rate. I think it's like $70 a year for covers your whole family. The
Yeah,
reason I encourage you to sign up for both Life Flight and Airlift is because Life Flight, although it's closer, only has that one resource. It's not available 60% of the time, where Airlift is usually going to be available 90% of the time, but it's just a longer flight time. So if you have both, you cover both ways.
yeah.
So what you don't want to have is you got insurance from Life Flight, we can't get them, and we'll call an Airlift, and they got a big bill.
Well, maybe, yeah. Maybe let them know that, if they do want to bring a chopper in, then we will provide a designated landing area for them.
Yeah.
Okay. Item 25. Pamphlet creation, that's a trifold brochure or similar?
I just did the flyer and it's in the packet for review.
Yeah,
And you said you had some feedback on it, so
yeah. Yeah, this is the single page that, and what we're talking about here is this thing.
Right, and I included it in the packet also.
Yeah. Excuse me. Well, this was pretty good as a first draft here, Sarah. Thank you. You could do a heck of a lot better advertisement for this than I could. I think maybe at the very top, shouldn't we say Ocean Shores Appreciation Day?
Sure.
Okay. So if you just want to, did you do this in Microsoft Publisher?
Hmm. It was either that or Word. I'm pretty sure it was probably Publisher.
Maybe if you could just put Ocean Shores
Yeah,
Appreciation Day
absolutely.
at the top. And then regarding these, the bullet points or the airplane points, yeah, we need the hours, right under the picture, where it says, August 24th, we're gonna need the hours under there. So we'd agreed on, gosh, what was it? Starting at 10, was it?
I think you said like 10, wasn't it 10 to 2 or 10 to 4 or something?
I think it was 10 to 4.
Can take a look.
Yeah, I remember 10 to 2 or 4, depending on what.
I have it on a previous meeting notes also, so.
And 1600, yeah, and 20.
Yep, that's what I got.
Yeah, so let's, Sarah, if you could put 10 to 4 right underneath that.
Sure.
Let's see, bullet number 1, with excitement, adventure at the Ocean Coast Municipal Airport, good. Captivating aviation demonstrations that will leave you in awe.
That was kept very generic because we won't have, by the time you wanted to start taking these places, we weren't gonna have all of the little finite details like, is there a helicopter coming? Are there gonna be skydivers? So on and so forth.
Yeah, I know. I know you had to put in a lot of these as just placeholders. I don't think we want to oversell it, you know,
Yeah.
and say, you know, big you know, people, you know, I mean, they're not expecting the Blue Angels, but you know, maybe if he could change, yeah, I'm not sure. Wordsmith that somehow to kind of tone it down a bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Mouth-watering food from local vendors. Yeah, well, that's good. Let people know there's going to be food and drink. Rich history of ocean shores, discovers fascinating journey. Good. Stay tuned for more events. Okay, I think we need to put in there some reference to model airplane, flying model airplane display activity and classic cars. Get both of those in there.
Okay.
And also, yeah, specific reference to skydiving. What do you think, Jerry, Ron? Anything to add?
I have a question for Scott. Hot Mamas,
I have reached out to them. I let them know, but I don't know if they're committed.
same with the VFW. I called them this morning. They still haven't committed to it. I got voicemail this morning, so I'll try again this afternoon or tomorrow.
The VFW, we had confirmed already that Stuart had met with them and they were coming to do the hot dogs at very minimum.
And when was that confirmation?
Meeting before last, You
Yeah.
were reaching out to them specifically to see if they would be against Hot Mamas being there as well, but had already confirmed with them.
That's exactly why I didn't follow back up with that one, because if we're gonna be serving hot dogs, I didn't want to, compete, right, exactly.
When I talked to the VFW, they had no, they didn't mind if Hot Mamas came,
Okay. I can reach back out to them again.
but the last time I talked to them, I still could not get it. Whoever I talked to did not give me a commitment. But if Stewart, you say, got their commitment, and so be
Yeah,
it.
we could reach out to Mike Harris, I mean, he's the one that knows what's happening. But yeah, Stewart is the one that said specifically that he had talked to them and they were coming to do it. So we better double confirm, Scott, maybe with Mike.
Okay, all right.
Sarah,
You
could
can
we
do
put
that, Scott, or you want me to?
I can call Mike Harris. I
Okay.
think, do you have the number? I don't have his direct number.
I have his number.
Okay.
Could we put that as a separate action item, Sarah?
Yeah,
So it doesn't get lost?
I'm just gonna look and make sure I don't have.
absolutely.
Okay, so still on item number 25 here, the pamphlet creation. Yeah, well, the things that we just spoke about, Sarah, if you can get this brushed up a little bit more. I think that
Absolutely.
by the time of our next meeting, we should be ready to get this distributed.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, moving on down, item 28, safety vests. Scott?
Yeah, no, this is the one I had a question on because I can't remember what we needed on this exactly.
They had requested, when they requested the traffic cones, that there be some safety vests provided by the city for people that are working.
You just mean the orange public works color
Yeah.
vest? Okay, yeah, okay, that's that. I just wanted to make sure that's what we were talking about here.
Okay, so what that means in real life then is that somebody has to pick those up, put them in the trunk of their car and be there at 10 o'clock or earlier. Who's got that action?
I'll take care of that. That's a public works function.
Okay,
Same thing with the traffic cones on 30.
so cones and vests are coming from Public Works. And they'll show up at,
When they're 10 o'clock?
well, we got to, we got to put the cones out,
I'll just have them drop them off at 9 o'clock then.
9
Right.
o'clock, yeah.
So they're there, we've got them, okay.
All right, so if they show up at 9 o'clock with that, then that will give us early risers a chance to put the cones out.
And honestly, I might even have them just drop them off the night before, have everything, and we can put it in you can put the vests and the cones in the pilot's lounge.
Yeah,
Just leave it there for now, so that way we don't have to worry about staff ordering them on the weekend. So I'll probably just have them do it Friday night.
yeah, that's a better idea. Okay. And item 29, honey buckets times 3.
I'm just gonna order those on Friday.
Okay.
On that issue, I noticed there is not a plunger in the restroom out there. Last summer when we painted the lines, there had been a malfunction of the toilet. A plunger would have been nice.
Okay,
Can we get one or?
yep,
Okay.
I'll put that on the list.
All right, and last item, traffic cones times 50. I think we just did that with
Yeah,
number 28, yeah. Okay, well, I think we all have our marching orders here. Let's take a look at our agenda. That was it. Can anybody think of anything else we need to discuss besides when our next meeting's going to be? Okay, well, what about our next meeting? As we have said before, time's getting short.
Let me get on the library's calendar.
Friday the 16th might be a good one if they're, Friday the 16th or Monday the 19th.
Well, I think we have to know about the site or the safety plan and the flyer and all of that long before.
Okay,
Um,
Sarah, I won't be here until the 13th. I'll be back, so you can do that without me.
Yeah, Sarah, I think, regarding that flyer, which kind of hinges on, well, we got two elements here. There's the, oh, shoot. Can you still hear me?
yeah,
Okay, I just lost my video. Can you see me?
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Yeah, we've got the pamphlet and the written detailed schedule. That schedule is dependent on the Toledo skydiving. So Jerry, we need to get on that. And the pamphlet, which needs to get distributed widely, the sooner the better. It seems to me that, a meeting even next week might not be too soon. What do you think?
I think that would be fine.
Yeah, like, oh, shoot, I don't know, next Thursday?
Let me look. 11. This should be outside. If they're able to do, I'll touch base with Keitha. We could potentially do from like 11:30 to 1.
Okay. Any discussion on that?
That's next Thursday.
Yeah.
Works for me.
That'll make it work.
Next Thursday, 11:30. And I would think, this action list is going to shrink the closer we get. So yeah, Thursday, 11:30. I think the primary next Thursday will be to get this pamphlet created so we can get it distributed.
Deal.
Okay.
Okay, any other discussion? All right, motion to adjourn?
And make the motion, we adjourn. I second it.
All in favor?
I.
Aye. All right, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Rich.
All right, bye.
Thank you.